everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Aquarius. All right, my lovelies, this is going to be for December 22nd to the 28th, and we're going to get right into it, right? Just winding up the last of the weeklies. Your video and Pisces will be next, and then we'll be done. I'll be working on the rest of the 2020 love outlooks. And then this week, I will be working on the full moon, solstice, and healing videos. So please look out for that. These videos will primarily concentrate on healing. And these will be a collaboration with Lady Gentress, who is one of the channels I am a herbalist that I am collaborating with, in response to the poll on my community page. And there will be 12 videos for that, one for each of the signs, to look at what is a good sort of healing regimen for you if you're dealing with toxic energy, or you're dealing with protection, right? Wanting to do protective energy healing, etc. So let's get right into it, Aquarius, your weekly. Let's see what the romance angels have for you. Straight out, we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, visualizations help bring you two together. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. And we have getting to know each other, right? Nice. So very, very nice energies. They all kind of fit together, don't they? Right? Let me fix this camera a little bit. There we go. My regulars know I can't stand it when my readings are askew. All right, guys, let's get right into your animal spirits, right? Animal spirits can come in the forms of energies, people, or stages in your life. And of course, these animal spirits may or may not resonate with you, and that's fine. Just take whatever resonates with you, and if it doesn't apply, let it fly. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Straight out, we have the hummingbird. Beautiful air energy. Hasn't shown up for quite a while in my readings. The lizard, fire energy. And we have the black egg. Wow. All right, the black egg is associated with the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. Let's get right into these and explain these, and then we'll go ahead into your spreads. Now, the hummingbird is a beautiful air element animal spirit. The hummingbird is extremely resourceful spiritually, right? What does the hummingbird do each day? It goes out and knows exactly where to go to get the best nectar, right? The manna from heaven, right? The nectar that we need to nourish ourselves, replenish our spirit, our minds, right? The hummingbird is a beautiful energy to be around. This is the type of individual who resonates with this, who brings harmony into your life, right? Who can help you sort of bring, you know, whatever it is you need for your spiritual well-being, right? This can oftentimes be a friend or even a teacher who comes into your life and really helps you to sort of find the areas or the resources that you need to tap into to make sure that you remain sort of spiritually buoyant, right? Very sociable energy here. Very sort of like hard working. The hummingbird is probably one of the hardest working animal spirits in the deck. And so in this way, the hummingbird, whoever resonates with this energy, is really a delight to have around, because they are just such a great resource for so many different things in our lives. Certainly for spiritual healing and understanding to come into our lives. Now, the lizard is fire energy. And the lizard talks about heightened extrasensory perception, right? The lizard is really sort of super in tune with the environment around it. Sometimes it can see things happen before they happen, know what's about to take place because of this extrasensory perception. But however, the lizard can get very overworked, you know, and overstimulated, right? And so sometimes when it's overstimulated, it doesn't know where to go. You know, it becomes sort of, its senses become confused and unfocused. And when you're resonating with this kind of energy, if you're getting just too much coming in, too much data, too much, you know, your perceptions are running too high, and it's really sort of heating up, right, and becoming sort of blurry, as it were, you're becoming unfocused, it's time to take a step back from whatever it is you're doing, whatever activity that you're doing that's bringing in so much sort of stimulus. It's time to take a moment back and cool down. Now, the black egg is associated with the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra, and it's associated with sort of opening up that throat chakra for communication, right? Not allowing the blockages to kind of sit there and become entrenched, but learning how to open up, learning how to communicate, learning how to connect that that throat chakra to the heart chakra. The throat and heart chakra really work in tandem in a way, because of course it needs to be connected to a whole open heart in order to really truly be able to express yourself. But more than anything, the black egg really talks about getting to know each other, opening up, talking, communicating, not being afraid to sort of tell people how you feel, you know, show people who you are, right? Have those important conversations, right? The kind of conversations that we want to have when we are getting to know each other, right? And so this is a time for communication, Aquarius, right? Open communication. Even if it's about something that you dread talking about, communication right now in some area of your life is very much necessary. All right, Aquarius, let's pull out your anywhere from 4 to 6 3-card spreads. Generally, I pull out about 4 3-card spreads for you. And again, these forecasts, these 3-card spreads or forecasts are really meant to be for a different Aquarius, each for a different Aquarius who may be experiencing a different sort of circumstances this week. But you may resonate with one or more or none of them, and that's fine. Just take whatever kind of applies to your situation. If it doesn't apply to your situation, then it's not for you, right? Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Straight out, we have Ace of Wands, 7 of Cups, and 8 of Wands. All right, so some of you are indeed coming into this week with a whole new sort of passion, right? The Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol in the deck also, so it can sometimes indicate flirting, magnetism, high level of attraction. But in any case, something new has come into your life that has made you feel extremely passionate, right? Feel like, oh, you know, it's really touched you. It's something that you want to pursue, whether it's a creative endeavor or whether it is, in fact, a new relationship. And so you're coming into this week with this sense of really starting a new adventure in some way, but you're met with the 7 of Cups. Now, 7 of Cups is interesting because 7 is the number for dreams and aspirations. But with 7 of Cups, we find ourselves kind of living too much in our heads, dreaming too much of the impossible. 7 of Cups can be associated with sort of delusional thinking in a way, sort of, you know, fairy tale, pie in the sky, pipe dream sort of attitude. This can be sometimes getting lost in daydreams, right? Of daydreams of, you know, situations that really aren't realistic, but situations that you believe if you achieved them, they would bring you happiness, right? If you had a whole mountain of money, you would be happy. If you had a big castle to live in, you'd be happy. If you were just more beautiful, you'd be happy. These cups are filled with all sorts of sort of ideas and dreams that a lot of us have for ourselves that we believe will make us happy, but oftentimes not only are they unrealistic, but they aren't actually the type of things that would make us happy if we attained them, right? And so you're kind of coming up against this energy this week. I think that this new sort of option here, I believe it could very well be a relationship, a new relationship. Definitely when we're talking about getting to know each other and flirt, definitely a new avenue is opening up. But it could be that because this is such a strong magnetic sort of attraction there, You're kind of running away with it this week. You're kind of met with this Seven of Cups energy because you find yourself daydreaming about this person. You find yourself sort of thinking, you know, before you've even started any real relationship, you're already sort of 10 steps ahead, right? And just take care. I mean, this is a natural thing that we all do sometimes, but just take care. Because by the end of the week, you round off with an Eight of Wands, which is sort of too much mixed messages are coming in. Too many mixed messages, too much information is coming in. And you're finding yourself kind of like, you know, where a minute ago you were ready to sort of take the ball and run with it. Now you're finding yourself being a little bit overwhelmed by the emotions and the communication that's coming in. The fact that it's so mixed and jumbled in a way you can't really focus what is real, what isn't real. And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that you have been sort of caught up in your head and you've kind of run away with this new excitement of this new sort of union, connection, possible relationship, attraction coming in. And that's fine. We understand that, but this is very much a feeling of lizard energy. It's almost as if you've been sort of making too many connections, right? Making too many sort of like, well, I met him on this day, or I met her on this day, and this must mean that, and I saw 1111 everywhere, so they must be my twin flame. And then there's other messages coming in, but they don't make any sense because I know, you know, it's this kind of very chaotic amount of information coming in, all kind of getting mixed up with the desire that you have in your head, the dreams that you have in your head, mixing with sort of all of the information that's coming into you. Right? And so you're going to, for some of you, you may resonate with some of that lizard energy in the sense that you've gone a little bit too far, right? You've allowed too much to come in and you haven't been discerning enough. And all it really requires for you to put some boundaries in place. That's all. Just put some boundaries in place so that you can begin to discern what information to take as valid and what information to sort of let go and realize that maybe that isn't what's happening, or that isn't what I need to be paying attention to right now. It's time to pare down or cut down some of the data that you're allowing into you, right? Or some of the, I want to say, perceptions that you are paying attention to. Pay attention to the ones that you know are valid, the ones that you know are real, and kind of, you know, pull back a little bit so that you can get back down on the ground. And this can happen to all of us, especially. I think it's a case of this Ace of Wands meeting is so impactful, right, that it really knocks you off your feet, and you kind of sort of have to like, ooh, I'm all like, you know, verklempt and, you know, over excited. Let me just calm everything down so that I can get a real sense of what's going on here, so that you can make real steps towards manifesting whatever potential this relationship or this new connection has. Oops. Judgment, Eight of Swords, and the Sun. Some of you are coming into this week really reevaluating a certain situation. Judgment talks about sort of reanalyzing your... Sorry about that. I had to take care of my cat. She was making a fuss in the background. Yeah, judgment comes in when we are really sort of reevaluating a situation that perhaps we were a bit overcritical about, right? We're starting to see something, an event, argument, an event, or an altercation, or some sort of event in your life that really sort of happened, but you feel maybe like you handled it not the way you wanted to handle it. Perhaps you're starting to see it from the other person's point of view, or from different sort of point of views, right? In any case, you're starting to sort of, as a result of your own life experience, you're starting to sort of relax the judgment you had about something, right? And it can be a feeling of reconciliation sometimes when it does involve a falling out or a separation, disagreement. In any case, you come into the week with this feeling of reconciliation, but you're met with an Eight of Swords. So whoever this person is that you're wanting to sort of perhaps revisit this event with is unwilling. They're unwilling to listen. They're closed off. Eight of Swords hasn't shown up for quite some time, and this has been a card that used to show up quite a lot. seems to indicate that most of my collective for my videos are really, you know, they're not dealing with so many toxic individuals anymore as perhaps they were in the past. Perhaps I know a lot of you have cut out a lot of toxicity. You've gotten rid of a lot of these toxic sort of connections. But in any case, the Eight of Swords is my great gaslighter. This is the person who plays the victim. This is the person who's unwilling to listen to reconciliation. They're unwilling to listen to any kind of sort of discussion about where, you know, maybe they went wrong as well as you went wrong, or, you know, just any kind of compromise, you know. They're very, very stubborn and very, very alienated by their own sort of restrictive outlook. And so even though you're coming in this week and you're coming up perhaps coming into this person with a feeling of reconciliation, they are unwilling to meet you halfway. In fact, they're unwilling to meet you at all or to even hear you out. However, you do round the week off with sun energy, because I think for a lot of you, you say, well, guess what? I tried. You know, I tried to communicate with them. They were closed off. You know, this is only so much I can do. And I think in a lot of ways, you feel good by the end of the week, because this part of judgment is also sort of letting go of over-criticism of yourself as well, right? Maybe forgiving yourself as well. And so you've forgiven yourself. You've had a spirit of possibly reconciling, forgiving somebody else. But if they're not willing to meet you, the best work was still done, which was you were still able to find this place where you could sort of forgive yourself and maybe also like let go of some of that hypercriticism that you may have put on yourself as well. And so you round the week off with the sun energy. It's very nice. You know, you round it off with a lot of confidence and reaffirmation that you've done everything that you can. And I think that just the effort that you've put in trying to speak to this person was enough. I'm going to say this doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure that for some of you, Aquarius, this is something you're going to be experiencing over the holiday period. It could very well be with a relative or a friend that you see that, yeah, you may have had some issues there, right? And maybe because of the spirit of this holiday season and the spirit of this sort of, you know, this forgiveness, right, that you're finding, you were wanting to make a situation that was bad better. But if they're not willing to meet you halfway, then it's like you did the best that you can, and you come out of the situation feeling pretty good, you know. Not all situations can be healed if the other individual is not willing to heal with you, you know. Ten of Wands, King of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So double tens and a king. Aquarius, some of you, end of burdens, right? This is a period where you're finally able to lay down some burdens. You're finally able to lay down some of the, are we on our third spread yet? Yeah, you're finally able to lay down some of the baggage that you've been collecting up until now. Some baggage that perhaps you've been using as a crutch, right? You come into the week and you are free. I'm not surprised that some of you have judgment. Now, this is a case here. We have a case where some of these forecasts are like different Aquarius is kind of dealing with the same scenario, but at different stages, right? So here you're talking about reconciling with someone else, but here we're talking about forgiveness for yourself and really letting go of things that you've held on to that weren't good for you. Right? Finally letting go of some burdens that you've been carrying, perhaps some emotional baggage or some mental baggage you've been holding on to as a result of a toxic relationship in the past or a toxic event even in the past. We always talk about toxic relationships, but it's also just trauma that we go through, you know? Poverty, joblessness, family issues, abuse. You know, there's a lot of different traumas that we go through in life, right? We accumulate baggage as a result of it. It's not always just about a toxic love relationship. But whatever the case may be, you are ready to lay it down. You don't need it anymore. It's the end of your suffering, and you come into a King of Wands this week. I'm going to say for some of you, this is going to be someone in your life, I think, who has probably been waiting for you to heal. All right. This King of Wands is someone who's been watching you. They've been watching your journey because they care about you. They have a sense of authority, and they have a sense of authority to a certain degree in your life. This feels very much like a family member, Aquarius, right? A strong family member. Now, male, female, doesn't matter. My readings are not gender specific. We're just talking about energies. The King of Wands, of course, could be a woman or a man. It really doesn't matter. But this person is authority. This person has a sense of individuality and originality. And they're not one of these type of people who want you to give up your own uniqueness or individuality. In fact, what the king wants to see, the King of Wands wants to see, is you laying down these 10 of Wands, standing upright and walking straight ahead. This is what this King of Wands has been waiting to see. And now that it's happening, you round the week off with a 10 of Pentacles, and this is why I believe this is probably a family member or a very good friend of yours or of your families that has influence, because as a result of them seeing you finally let go of this, they are bringing you towards the end of the week, which is 10 of Pentacles, which is bringing you back into the fold, right? Perhaps opening up doors for you to have abundance coming in, completion coming in. An example would be, say for instance, you've been living a certain kind of lifestyle the last couple of years as a result of trauma. Maybe you've been dealing with addiction, right? Or maybe you've been carrying some kind of baggage around that required you to get some kind of counseling or perhaps to talk to someone about it. And you've done that hard work, right? And now you're through the other side. You're through sort of the tunnel. You've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. You've been able to lay down some of this baggage you've been carrying because perhaps you did go ahead and get counseling or therapy or whatever the case may be. And the King of Wands could be someone in the family who has perhaps been keeping the rest of the family from you until they were sure that you were through this period. Now they see that you are through this period, that you've healed yourself, that you've gotten better, that you've let go of some of this trauma. And now they're like, look, you know, Aquarius has done all this great work. I've been keeping an eye on them and I can see the progress. Let's help them, you know, let's allow them back in the family. Let's allow them back around and sort of give them our support. Because sometimes there's tough love, right? And I feel like perhaps for some of you, there may have been some tough love there where you may have been cut off from the family, maybe cut off from the family funds, right? From the family activities, right? You may not have been welcomed at Christmas for a couple of years because of the lifestyle, because of the various things you were involved in. But now that they see you've done so much and made so much progress, it's like the door has opened up in the family and everything has sort of welcomed you back in. You round your week off with a 10 of Wands, which is blessings and wealth in all areas. You know, they may make money available to you now that they see that you've made so much sort of progress for yourself. They may sort of, you know, it could be a family business as well, right? There may be a family business that up until now you've been ostracized from, but because of the work you've done and the progress you've made, you may be invited back into sort of that fold, and now there's a place for you at the family business. And there was always going to be a place for you there as soon as you got better, as soon as you healed, right? And so this is what it feels like, and I think for some of you over this Christmas period, this is the dynamic that you're going to be going through, and it's going to feel very, very nice. Could very well be where there was no communication before, suddenly now the communication is open again because you did the hard work. And by the way, Aquarius, you have nobody to thank but yourself, because this is very much an individual road that you took by yourself. You did the hard work by yourself, and good on you for that. 8 of Pentacles, Strength card, and the King of Cups. This is your last spread. Some of you are coming into this week being very, very diligent, being very restricted and disciplined to make sure that you finish the work that you need to finish. I'm going to say for some of you, this feels very much like, you know, you're working through Christmas, you know, or you're working right up to the line, right? You have to, right? And you come against this strength energy this week. You're met with strength energy, and quite interesting, because strength really talks about sort of swallowing your pride, you know, swallowing your pride, doing what you have to do to maintain your position, to maintain your own strength, right? And yeah, it may have felt a little bit difficult to do this now, especially this week, to carry on working when everybody else is perhaps vacationing, enjoying their holiday time, etc. But again, you have, through this work, you have found a way to sort of, you know, be strong, be stronger than pride would make you, right? Because pride is a weak sort of, dignity is one thing, but having too much pride is a sense of, is weakness really in a lot of ways. And so, because pride comes before the fall, remember that, right? And so in any case, this strength that you've shown, right, this dedication that you've shown to your task, regardless, it could be for some of you, you may have been working right up to the line to make Christmas happen for your family, right? In any case, I'm going to say that you round the week off with a King of Cups. Now, I believe that this King of Cups is someone who cares for you very, very much, someone who loves you very, very much. And I think that in all of this hard work that you've put in, and in all of this sort of work that you've put into sort of like I said, swallow your pride, you know, perhaps as well sort of put boundaries in place where, you know, normally, you know, friends may have called you and say, hey, come hang out with us. No, I can't. You know, I have to get this work done. I have to make this happen, you know. Could very well be for the holiday time. I have to get this done and make sure that my family has their holiday time, right? All of this, what you have done, you round off the week with a King of Cups in a sense, and I'm going to say, usually the King of Cups goes out after what they want when it comes to a relationship. But I think that what happens is, as a result of all of this wonderful sort of strength that you've shown, dignity, strength, focus, discipline, you are made the King of Cups at the end of the week. You are given your props. And everyone celebrates you, Aquarius. You know, they say, you know what? Look what Aquarius has achieved. Thank you so much. And it's really like, you know, it's like I want to say it's like the mother or father who works all the way up until 10 o'clock on Christmas evening, right? And then they come home and the whole family has cooked them a meal. You know what I mean? The whole family has cooked you a meal. And now you come in and they, you know, the kids are running you a bath. The one kid's rubbing your feet. The husband's giving you kisses, or the wife is giving you kisses. Everyone is appreciating how much you've done for them, and you've really sort of being made to feel like the king of the castle, the queen as well, doesn't matter male or female, of the castle. And you're being put, you know, you're being pampered in that way. You're being acknowledged for being the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is the husband and the father who makes sure that the family is happy, right? The wife or the mother who makes sure the family is happy, right? In a lot of ways. And I think you get your throne as a result of all of this hard work that you've done. It's very, very nice. It feels very warm. It really makes me feel quite sensitive, you know, quite emotional, because I can feel that even if this only resonates with a few of you, or even only one Aquarius out there, I know that I can feel how hard this was for you. This was very hard for you. This could have been a job that was a very sort of menial, labor-intensive job. It could have been something that you really hated to do, but you did it anyway. You know, you did it through the strength of your resolve and through your desire to get it done for the people that you love. But you are absolutely going to be given your accolades. You're going to be given the love that you deserve as a result of it. And it's really, really nice indeed. Wow, that one really made me feel emotional. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Aquarius, this is your reading for December 22nd to the 28th. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to leave the bell on in case you are the winner of the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, so that when I do announce the winner, you go ahead and give me your address so I can ship it to you. Okay, Aquarius, all I can say is you deserve it. You really do. You deserve everything, all the wonderful accolades, and all of the wealth and love that you get this week. And I do hope to see you next week for the final weekly reading of 2019. Bye-bye now.